How's it going, folks? This is Aviel Leos from the Children's Court, coming to you live from Mission Control Studios, and we got some news today about Takashi 6ix9ine cooperating with the police against his former associates, the Treyway gang, the 9 Trey gangsters. It's like an East Coast blood for anybody who's not privy to gang culture in New York. I guess it's become a LA type of thing. Yeah. So, point being is Takashi 6ix9ine has said, forget the street thug code. I'm telling everything that I can tell so I can get out of this hellhole as soon as possible, even if as soon as possible ends up being, 5 to 7, 5 to 10, 20 even. Who knows? He's apparently admitted to selling a kilo of coke, paying somebody $10,000. I think his name is Kuda, a guy that was dancing in one of his videos, to shoot at Chief Keef, but apparently he paid him to miss. $10,000 wasted, in my opinion. Could have got a leg or something, just to get your money's worth. But allegedly, the guy was paid to just go and shoot up a public area to show how much power that 6ix9ine has in New York City, because he was claiming to be the king of New York City at the time. Excuse me. So what are my thoughts on this? Well, in my opinion, I'm not a gangbanger. I'm not a street thug of any sort. So, in my opinion, going to prison is usually a wake-up call for some. For others, it's just a vacation spot, a place for them to hang with like-minded individuals for a couple of months, up to a couple of years or decades, centuries for a couple, selected few legendary figures. But I think Takashi's one of the younger guys that got a wake-up call when he was put in handcuffs and told that he was going to be doing the rest of his life in prison, and he woke up. And at that point, I'm assuming that he said, I don't care about my reputation inside rap. I want to see my daughter again. He probably started having buried feelings about his child's mother that he lost during the whole haze of celebrity that he was going through. What he's probably missing, spooning in the bed with her at night. This woman that was with him for about 7 or 8 years, holding him down when they were broke. Point being, I'm getting off the topic. I believe Takashi did the right thing for himself. I don't have any remorse for the Treyway gangsters, because they set themselves up to fall from the beginning. They put somebody who's not like them in the front of the camera, let him talk all kinds of ridiculousness to other gang members, and just make a spectacle of himself. And they understood that wasn't who he was from the beginning. So I don't have any remorse for them, because they set themselves up to fall. They put this guy inside their business, and he's in on everything, so he knows everything. And so now that they're all in prison, he can use that as leverage for his freedom. And I could tell he was a good kid from the very beginning. I mean, I was entertained by all of the stuff that he was doing. I'm not gonna lie, I loved it when he just troll people that were supposed to be untouchable. He would just say, F you. I don't care if you chop bodies up and send mothers screaming into the night. F you too. You can SMD too. Like, he didn't care who you were, and nobody ever did anything to him. So I was fairly entertained by his antics. And again, this is the reason why I don't really fault him for choosing to use his get out of jail free card, so to speak, because it was never who he was. He was just trying to entertain. He was just trying to, make money and be somebody. That was his whole thing. He wasn't necessarily I believe the gang stuff was secondary. It was a part of the situation that he attached himself to be more relevant inside the culture. Possibly, I'm just speculating at this point. But yeah, so I don't think he did anything like snitching. He's not La Familia or anything. He's not a real blood. He's a celebrity that, it's like Lil Wayne and Birdman and Chris Brown. Like, there's a whole, I think Bow Wow's a blood now, so I don't think these celebrity bloods are anything to really, be taken too seriously. I know they'll get mad, if they hear somebody saying that, but any real person on the street looks at them as a joke compared to, the real ones in the trenches with all of the stuff all over their faces, and they live by it and die by it. Not saying that I condone or agree with any of that at all. I'm getting off topic again. Let me get back on topic really quick. And one other thing I wanted to hit at was the notion that his reputation is tarnished because he's talking. And I wanted to just say that is the biggest bunch of bullshit that I've heard out of this whole thing. Let's just be clear. None of those Latinos, and especially the ones from the islands or from South America, none of them give a shit. Excuse my language. None of them care one bit about Takashi 6ix9ine telling on a bunch of black niggas. And that's just the truth. Like, most, I don't want to say most, but there's a significant amount of the Latino culture that just doesn't care for black people generally. Takashi's not one of those type of people. There's people like Fat Joe that they're like, I'm black too, and I respect that. But there's a significant amount of the Latino culture that doesn't care for black people in general. They want to see, bad things happen, and they have a negative energy towards black people. So Takashi's gonna be fine. What's more likely gonna happen is he's probably gonna move out of, the black neighborhood and move in to a more Latino neighborhood. And when he gets out of jail, trust me, there's gonna be Coronas and big fat Latino ass waiting for him, unlimited portions, and he'll be making music again. He probably change his name to Joker or something and have a smiley, the smile and frown face, something like that to that effect. He'll be fine. Black people and the whole hip-hop culture and the mainstream probably might move away from him, but probably not, honestly. I mean, I still listen to my Takashi 6ix9ine album. I don't really care too much about any of the street stuff that's going on with him and his crew, honestly. It's more so for people that are, becoming obsolete, like the gangbangers and the thugs and the real NIGGAs. They're becoming more obsolete today, so their opinions mattering a lot less to more logical and upstanding people. So Takashi 6ix9ine telling on a bunch of gangbangers that he was joined to for a certain amount of time, it really doesn't matter in today's world like it probably would have mattered in 2002, 2004, and you know, years before that. I think he's gonna be absolutely fine if he gets out, and you know, there's a good chance that he might he might go under the jail for admitting to selling a kilo of coke and giving somebody $10,000 to go shoot up a very busy area, very public, very well known area. He might do some time for that, but depending on how many of these black people he puts in prison, the courts may be lenient on him. To me, it doesn't matter how it goes either way. Like, I like Takashi as an artist, great personality. I think attaching himself to DJ Academics was part of the downfall of himself, and just for many, I could make another video on that. I don't want to get onto it right now because this was treading a little bit long, but in general, Takashi 6ix9ine needs to, if he does get a second chance, he needs to stop with all the extra gangster stuff. He can still rap about it, because most of the people in rap are something other than themselves anyways. It's entertaining to me. Like, I don't listen to these newer rappers for anything of substance. If I want to hear something like that, I'm going to Lupe Fiasco, myself, maybe some Nas, Kanye West. These new guys, I'm just listening for totally fuck shit and some heavy bass. So that's all for that situation. Hopefully Takashi gets out. If the other guys get out, more power to them. I hope this is a wake-up call for them too, and they change their lives. They had the world in their hands and they ruined it because they wanted to be gangsters instead of being successful businessmen. So hopefully, you know, this turns out to be more of a positive situation for more of them than less. And that's all I really got to say about that for right now. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.